Hey, what's up everyone? We're here for another episode of Real World Meal Prep. Now these seem to take place very often on the channel because that is extremely important. Nutrition is everything with fitness. You can put in all the time and effort, but if you have a garbage nutrition or you have a non-existent nutrition plan behind you, you're not going to get anywhere, and if you do get anywhere, it's going to be really slow and not the quality gains we want here at Fitness 253. We're going to do something different on the channel. We've done pork. We've done chicken. We've done chicken again. We're gonna do red meat. This time, behind me here is top round. Now, when I think red meat, that's steak, what I think is mushrooms. And best believe we got them. Now, I don't know how you guys like mushrooms. I like mine in a beer koozie. Now, beer koozie, like what's that? That is a tinfoil jacuzzi with beer. Really pretty self-explanatory. Rocking some Seahawks Bud Light here. If you're under 21, no beer koozies for you. Anyway, that's going to give a nice hoppy flavor to the mushrooms while they go on the grill right alongside our steak. As always, I have spinach and a heaping mound of it to boot. I love spinach. You can put some garlic on it, you can put butter on it, however you'd like to make it that special dish. I like pretty much just blanched. I'm going to blanch it right alongside the sweet potatoes right here next to me. That way our thing looks like we have that top round steak, a little bit of rice. It's going to be flavored with all of the steak trimmings and the steak juices. Definitely going to be good. We're going to have the sweet potato and the spinach right alongside it. No cheat dessert for the week this week. That was fun for a nice little break on the last 2 weeks with those protein puddings. Definitely fun stuff, but we need to start hitting that grind hard on that road to 225. Definitely a huge goal, and we got to buckle down and get it. And that means food, food, food. And in this case, we have steak, potatoes, and spinach. If that doesn't say bulking, I don't know what does. We're going to get the spinach cleaned up, the sweet potatoes cut, peeled, and cubed into a little container. I'll catch you in a minute at the next step. So we just got done chopping up the sweet potatoes. We got the spinach washed off, and it is just now where it's supposed to be, which is boiling. I chopped up the serrano peppers as well. Definitely want those serrano peppers to add a little bit of heat to it. Been doing that with like every single one of my dishes. It just makes meal prep that much better when there's a little bit of element of like spiciness, those seasonings. You just want to come back to it over and over again, and that's what we're gonna do. Let's take a look at what I like my spinach to be cooked to. Pretty much just to that level. You can see it gets that nice emerald green. The water is just about boiling. That is perfect for me. Obviously these sweet potatoes are cut, serrano peppers cut. We're about to treat that beef right there, that top round, with a little bit of salt and pepper, throw it right on the grill, right alongside our beer koozie mushrooms and a little bit of serrano peppers. And of course, to make it a beer koozie, those beers, you need two. There's three there, don't know why, probably not gonna drink that off camera or anything, but let's get to the next step. Now the nice thing about doing the spinach first is that water's already nice and hot. It's got a little bit of spinach extracts in there, and I don't really care. We're gonna throw the sweet potato right in to this already boiling water. It's obviously gonna bring the temperature down, but it's gonna be a lot faster than if we'd have done it from scratch. Woo, that's hot. Gotta make use of the water and the time you got. So we're gonna go ahead and safely get this in here without killing somebody. All right, flash forward a bunch of hot water splashes and some minor burns later. We got the sweet potatoes in here. That water is already nice and hot, so it's gonna fast forward that like we were saying. We're gonna add, we're gonna add a little bit of pepper to that, And then same here for the awesome peppers. We're gonna throw some right on top. We're gonna dump that beer on there in a second. This is gonna go on the marinade we put later on the beef when it's almost done on the grill. For right now, we're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. Just on one side, nothing crazy. About to go throw this on a nice hot grill, get a good mark on it, and then we'll catch you guys at the next step. This is my favorite part. Yeah, that sound right there, that's meal prep. Probably might even only take one. Not going super crazy on the beer koozie, just enough. That's probably fine. We're gonna get this on the grill and I'll catch you guys in the next step. As you can see, since we used the hot water from the spinach to cook the sweet potatoes, they cooked immensely fast. That water was already brought up to temp and they were done. Let's talk about the sauce we're gonna make. We're obviously gonna add in the rest of those serrano peppers. Of course, we're gonna add in a little bit of beer for that base.
should be good. This is going to be that glaze we're going to put on top. It's going to be a little thin just because in virtue of the beer being pretty liquidy, but that's fine. Garlic, because garlic's amazing. A little bit of salt. We already have it on there. Don't need to go too crazy. Pepper. Always a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, you know, that thing. Adds a nice little smoky kind of barbecue flavor to it. We're gonna add a little Frank's Red Hot because, of course, always Frank's. They're not exactly sponsored my channel, but you know, maybe they should. Onion. Now we have onions in the beer koozie. I didn't show me putting them in there, but I put a little bit on the bottom and I put a little bit on top. But we're gonna add a little bit more onion to the sauce. Now to thicken it, we got a secret ingredient. It's ketchup. Like most sauces you're gonna find, ketchup is the base for a lot of them, or some sort of tomato-based thing. Ketchup works just as well. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be our sauce. And you just bring it together. Just like the chicken and the pork we've done before, we're gonna put this on. Utilizing the basting brush, and with the last like 5 or so minutes. Now since it is top round, we don't have to cook it all the way just straight crazy through like we do chicken. You can have it a little pink on the inside, that's just fine. You don't have to wait for those last 5 minutes. We're only doing about 8 minutes on each side for relatively thick top round. So you want to make sure that you have enough time to put the glaze on and not absolutely kill it. But that's going to depend on your cooking equipment, your altitude like we said before, and of course the thickness of the meat you're going to choose. I'll let you work out all the science behind all that. I'll jump to the next step, which will be bringing that steak back in and getting everything assembled. So as we got the beer koozie going on, we have that steak getting nice and charred on the outside. What we didn't show is that we are gonna have rice. Rice is gonna sit on the bottom. We're not gonna do anything crazy with it. We're not gonna mess with any of the spices or putting serrano peppers or putting like barbecue sauce in this. We're gonna just have this the plain white rice. We are gonna let those awesome juices from this steak marinate and sit on this rice along with those onions and those mushrooms. They're gonna soak all into this rice and it's gonna absorb all that awesome flavor we've been working for the last like 20 minutes to create. I'm gonna catch you as we're assembling it. The absolute worst part about this entire meal prep is like you can't just buy like 1 or 2 Bud Lights. I mean, you have to buy 6, and I mean, what are you supposed to do with the other 4 if you only use like 2 or like 1.5 for like your whole recipe? I have no idea. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Always appreciate the support in any fashion you guys can hand it out. Make sure to spread the word of Fitness 253. As always, let's grow this fitness community together. But more importantly, as always, take it easy.